From a mac and cheese quesadilla to super cute new lunchboxes and tortilla mania. In today's new video, I have lots of fun lunch ideas to share with you. I'm Jennifer and welcome to Subscriber Lunch Sunday. Okay guys, so about these lunch boxes. When Blue Ellie reached out to see if I wanted to try their lunch boxes, I said, yeah, definitely, because you know I love testing out new lunch boxes. And you guys, Blue Ellie's mission is a lot like mine. They're all about giving kids a more creative and interesting and cheerful lunch experience. They think that meal prep should be fun and easy for everyone, and so do I. Now, they sent me their whole line, starting with this cooler bag, which has this super fun elephant design. And it has two large compartments. That way you can actually separate hot items and cold items if you'd like to. Next we have the meal boxes. And you guys, these totally remind me of bento boxes that I used to get when I lived in Japan. They are so cute. These come in two awesome colors and they're very lightweight. And they each come with their own elastic strap that keeps everything together. The box also comes with its own reusable utensils. These are so tiny and cute. I also love that it comes with its own adjustable divider. This makes it super easy to separate foods within the box. And finally, it also includes a mini sauce container. And you know, for us, of course, this is gonna have ranch in it because we always have, well, almost always have ranch with our lunches. Then of course there are the ice packs, you guys. These are a really good deal and like the perfect size for a lunchbox. These can help keep your lunch cold for up to 12 hours. And finally, check out these reusable bags. There's a sandwich size and a snack size. I really love the cute and colorful design on the outside. And of course, it's awesome that these are reusable. They're easy to wipe out, and they will definitely help reduce waste from plastic bags. Now, if you are interested in more information about these items, I will go ahead and link them in the description box below. And without further ado, let's get on to these lunches. This week, I'm kicking things off with a lunch idea sent in by Kaylee. She is 22 years old and is from Canada. Now, of course, we're going to be using the Blue Ellie lunchbox today. And for Kaylee's lunch, I'm going to go ahead and prepare her main course first, which sounds super interesting, you guys. It all starts off with some mac and cheese. Today, I'm going to be using this Annie's brand Deluxe Rich and Creamy Mac and Cheese. Seriously, you guys, if you haven't tried this kind, you definitely should. I have tried a lot of different mac and cheeses, and this is definitely one of my top favorites. Now with this type of mac and cheese, of course, I'm going to cook the noodles, drain the noodles, but then since this is the creamy deluxe version, I don't have to add the milk and the butter and the cheese powder. It's already mixed for me in this little pouch, so I just have to squeeze it on the pasta. And whenever I use this type of mac and cheese, I'm always trying my best to get like every drop of cheese out of this little bag. Because with mac and cheese, the more cheese the better. So now I'm going to go ahead and stir this all together and then set it aside. For my next step, I'm going to get out my brand new panini press. I'm super excited about this. I've never actually had one of these before, but I'm super excited. I'm already thinking about all the different kinds of grilled cheese I could make. I actually found this guy on Amazon and surprisingly it wasn't that expensive. But since this is Kaylee's lunch, I'm not going to be making a grilled cheese today. Instead of bread, I'm adding a tortilla. Next, I'm going to add a good amount of the mac and cheese. Now my goal is to get as much mac and cheese in here as possible without filling it too much, because if I do that, then it's likely to just fall out of the tortilla altogether. And since I've never actually made this before, I'm gonna have to just guess and hope that it works out. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle a good amount of shredded cheese right on top. Of course, you can use any cheese that you prefer, but I'm using mozzarella because that's what I have on hand. Not only is this cheese gonna make it more quesadilla-like, but it's also gonna act as sort of a glue because as it melts, it's gonna keep the mac and cheese and the tortilla all stuck together. Now I'm gonna go ahead and top this with my other tortilla and close up the panini press. Now if you don't have one of these, you could probably just make this quesadilla in a regular pan. So now that this has been in here for about 2 minutes, I think it's just about done. Now to cut this quesadilla, I'm gonna use my handy dandy Mickey pizza cutter. Pizza cutters definitely make cutting quesadillas so much easier, and it looks like it worked. That mac and cheese is definitely staying inside. Guys, let me know in the comments down below if you ever tried mac and cheese inside a quesadilla, because this is a new one for me, but I'm pretty sure my kids will love it. Now it's time to move on to the fruit and veggies. For Kaylee's lunch today, she requested lots of yummy fruits. This includes mangoes, raspberries, and kiwis. Now I'm actually using a golden kiwi today, which is similar in taste, just lighter in color. And she also requested a healthy amount of vegetables, including cucumber. I'll go ahead and slice these nice and thick, and then to make them extra cute, I'm gonna cut out the center with my mini star cookie cutter. To go along with this, I'm also gonna cut up some red bell pepper and throw in some carrot slices and finally some broccoli. Now so far so good, this is looking awesome. I love all these different colors and shapes. Now Kaylee is actually a fan of ranch, but she also said she really likes to dip her veggies in hummus, so I decided to throw in the hummus. Now for the fruit, I did go ahead and add that to a separate container, and I'll go ahead and add in a little spork. And the next thing I'm going to add is a sweet treat. For Kaylee's lunch today, she requested the good old classic Oreo cookie. So I'm going to add about 4 or 5 of these to our reusable snack bag. These fit perfectly in here, just like that. And then last but not least, for her drink today, she requested either water or iced tea. So I decided to throw in some iced tea in the peach flavor. And there you have it. There's everything in Kaylee's lunch. Next up, I'm going to be making Bella's lunch. She is 9 years old and is from Florida. For Bella's lunch today, I decided to switch it up and use the blue lunchbox. So I'll go ahead and remove the elastic band, open her up, and I'll go ahead and take out the utensils and the dip container. For Bella's lunch today, she requested something I've never put in any of our lunches. She requested a Jimmy Dean pancake and sausage on a stick. Now if you've never tried these before, they really do look just like a regular corn dog. But of course, instead of a hot dog, these include a breakfast sausage link. And then instead of cornbread on the outside, it's a pancake batter instead. Now these actually come in several different varieties. You can get plain, you can get cinnamon, but this one today is actually a blueberry pancake on the outside. Now my kids actually really like these for a quick breakfast in the morning, and this is so easy, even my kids can prepare this for themselves. Because to make these, all you really have to do is take them out of the wrapper and pop them into the microwave. And just about 1 minute later, our pancake and sausage corn dog is ready. Now because I want this to stay nice and hot, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the stick. But now that the stick is gone, it'll actually fit perfectly inside the insulated food jar. And really, you don't need the stick to eat it. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you think it's weird to eat a corn dog with no stick. So now that I've had that right down in there, I'll go ahead and pop on the lid so it can stay nice and warm and move on to the rest of the lunch. For my next step, I'm going to prepare the fruit. For Bella's lunch today, she requested strawberries, and instead of just throwing these into the lunch hole, I thought it would be really cute to make these into strawberry hearts. This is something I especially love to do around Valentine's Day, but I think hearts are appropriate all year round, really. So to make these strawberries into hearts, you have to very carefully remove the tops of the strawberries by cutting a little V shape at the top, just like this. Then all you have to do is slice the strawberry in half lengthwise, and you're left with 2 little heart shapes. Now that brings us to her veggie. For Bella's veggie, she requested celery. So I'm actually going to go ahead and cut these a little bit smaller than I normally would. So these will be kind of like mini celery sticks. Not only are they super tiny and cute, but cutting them smaller will help me fit more of them in this lunchbox. Okay, so here's how it's looking so far. I have the celery ready, I have the strawberries ready, and of course we have our pancake and sausage corn dog ready as well. Now in this corner, I made sure to keep a little bit of space so that I could add in our little sauce container. I just added about a teaspoon of ranch in there. Perfect for dipping the celery in. But you know what would also go really great in there is peanut butter. All of my kids love dipping celery in peanut butter. Although they prefer crunchy peanut butter and I am more of a smooth peanut butter fan. Next up, I'm going to add in a very special treat. For Bella's lunch, she requested some zebra cakes. Now, I'm pretty sure that I've never put these in a lunchbox before, but according to my internet research, their #1 seller is actually the Cosmic Brownie. And I'm thinking that must be true because I have gotten a lot of requests for Cosmic Brownies in subscriber lunches before. Now, to decorate these strawberries, I'm going to go ahead and add a few of these little elephant picks. They go so well with the elephant on the thermos. And for this particular lunch, I don't think we'll be needing the utensils, but I have to say they are super cute. For Bella's lunch today, she requested goldfish crackers, but instead of just adding regular ones, I decided to go with the white cheddar variety. Oh yes, and these are the flavor blasted ones as well. Now I went ahead and added a handful of these to our super cute reusable snack bag. And then finally, the last thing in Bella's lunch is the drink, and she requested water. Our next lunch idea was sent in by Nate. He is 14 years old and is from Michigan. For Nate's lunch, I'm going to start by, you guessed it, I'm going to make the main course first. And it's going to include a tortilla. To this tortilla, I'm going to start by spreading out a thin layer of cream cheese. This is actually a garden vegetable cream cheese, so it has lots of yummy flavors in there. On top of that, I'm going to add several slices of turkey. This is just regular deli turkey. On top of that, I'm also going to be adding some slices of cheese. Now you could use basically any kind of cheese here. I'm also going to be adding several different kinds of veggies, including some really thinly sliced cucumber, some finely diced sweet bell pepper, followed by some lettuce. These veggies are going to add a very fresh flavor and a delicious crunch. The next step is to roll this all up. Now I'm going to try to roll this as tightly as I can, and I might have to tuck in a few ingredients as I'm rolling because I don't want any of these to fall out. Now here's a tip, you guys. Instead of just cutting this right now, I'm going to pop it into the fridge for a few minutes so it can get a little bit cold, and then usually it'll slice up a lot neater. Now that that's done, it's time to move on to the fruit. For Nate's lunch today, he requested a fruit salad. So I went ahead and cut up some strawberries, some mangoes, some golden kiwi. I'm also adding raspberries and some cantaloupe. Now of course I could just mix all of these together and it would be delicious, but I'm gonna go ahead and make a yummy dressing for this fruit salad. For this I'm gonna add a little bit of plain yogurt. Now right now this yogurt is pretty tangy, so to sweeten it up, I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of honey. Of course, this is to your taste as well. So this fruit salad dressing is gonna be creamy, a little bit sweet, and a little bit tart. It's gonna be a delicious combination. So now that I have that all mixed together, I'm gonna go ahead and add in all of my fruit, hopefully without spilling any of it. And then I'm going to mix this all together. Now that that is done, I can go ahead and move on to the cucumber. Nate requested cucumbers cut into fun shapes. Now this is actually really easy to do and it doesn't take much time at all. And this would also be the perfect opportunity to let kids help make this lunch. So here's how Nate's lunch is looking so far. We have the turkey and cheese roll-ups. I know some people call these roll-ups, some people call them pinwheel sandwiches. Either way, they're delicious. And then over on this side, I have all of our cucumber with a little bit of ranch for dipping. This just fits perfectly right in there. In a separate container, I went ahead and added this delicious creamy fruit salad, but then I still have a few more things I want to add. In this little section here, I'm gonna go ahead and add Nate's snack. He requested trail mix. Now there really are so many different kinds of trail mixes available, but I went ahead and got the classic. This has peanuts, raisins, M&Ms, which are definitely my kid's favorite part. There's also almonds in there and some cashews. I'll add 1 or 2 scoops of this right into here. For Nate's treat, I'm going to add some Nutter Butters. Yum, I love peanut butter cookies. And then finally for his drink, he requested apple juice, so I decided to go with the super cute and happy Minion apple juice. Okay Nate, here is your lunch today. I hope you love it. Now that brings us to Addison's lunch idea. She is 11 years old and is from New Mexico. For this lunch, I think I'll start with a tortilla. Now basically, Addison requested the sweet version of a roll-up sandwich. You know, Nate's had the turkey and cheese, but for Addison, instead of spreading cream cheese, I'm using peanut butter. And I'm adding a good healthy amount of peanut butter on here, definitely not skimping on it at all. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and drizzle on just a little bit of honey, not too much, otherwise it might just squirt out everywhere. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take a whole banana and I'm gonna remove the peeling, of course. Now I'm gonna place this whole banana on the edge of the tortilla and very slowly roll it up. And I'm trying to roll this as tightly around that banana as I can. That's really so important. Anytime you wanna make one of these rolled up sandwiches is to roll it as tightly as you can. And then of course the next step is to pop this into the fridge for a few minutes. That way it can cut a lot better. My next step is to slice up some cucumber. But this time, I think I'll go ahead and make cucumber sticks instead. Now that I have all of my cucumber sliced up, I'm not quite ready to put it in the lunchbox. For Addison's cucumber, she really likes some salt added to it. And then she also really likes some chili lime powder added on top. I think this sounds really good. Now that brings us to Addison's fruit. For her lunch, she requested dragon fruit, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one open. This looks so cool with the white and the black seeds. And usually with dragon fruit, I like to just cut it into chunks. So here's Addison's lunchbox so far. I added the banana roll-ups to one side and our fruit and veggies on the other. For her snack today, Addison requested potato chips. But instead of just regular potato chips, I'm adding wavy Pringles. And then to go along with the potato chips, something a little unexpected, Addison requested salsa. Now normally we eat salsa with tortilla chips, not potato chips. But even though that sounds different, I don't think it sounds bad. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you like eating potato chips and salsa too. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this lid right back onto there and move on to the special treat, which are Oreos. But instead of adding the regular big Oreos, this time I'm going for the mini ones. Now these are a lot smaller than the big ones, but they taste almost identical. Now the last thing I'm going to be adding to Addison's lunch is her drink, and she requested sparkling water, so I went ahead and picked out a berry flavored one, and now Addison's lunch is complete. Okay guys, out of all of the lunches I shared with you today, let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite. And don't forget you guys, I will go ahead and put a link to all of these Blue Ellie lunch products in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.